Hey there, deep dive enthusiast. You're diving into the world of insurance this time. Smart move. It feels like life is full of these what-if moments.
Right. And you're thinking about building a safety net. Not a bad idea at all.
Exactly. It's all about facing those what-ifs head-on
hmm
and figuring out how to protect yourself financially.
We actually listened to an episode of Insured and Informed called Insurance Made Simple, and it really got me thinking. Ever wonder how insurance actually works? It's like this, imagine transferring a huge potential risk, say a major medical bill, onto a company
Okay.
in exchange for manageable, predictable payments.
What's fascinating is that this whole concept of pooling risk together is what underpins so much of how our society functions. It's about shared responsibility and protection.
You know, when I think about it that way, it's kind of brilliant. But then there's the whole zoo of insurance types.
Yeah.
Health, home, auto. It can feel overwhelming. This episode really hammered home that it's not just about checking boxes, but safeguarding yourself and your family from some potentially massive financial hits. It's about peace of mind. And speaking of peace of mind, one area that often gets overlooked is disability insurance. Now, you're probably thinking, I'm young, I'm healthy, I don't need that. But get this. Statistically, you're more likely to face a period of disability than a house fire.
Wow. That's a real eye-opener. I
Yeah.
guess we tend to focus on the more dramatic what-ifs.
Exactly. And disability insurance is designed to protect your most valuable asset, your ability to earn an income. It acts as a financial bridge if you're ever unable to work due to an illness or injury.
It's like that safety net we were talking about, but for your paycheck. That's huge, especially if you've got people depending on you.
Absolutely. And then, of course, there's life insurance, which is crucial if you have dependents who rely on your income. It can help cover living expenses, mortgage payments, even future education costs if the unthinkable were to happen.
Speaking of those what-if moments,
Yeah.
let's talk about home insurance. You mentioned starting a family and protecting your physical assets becomes even more important.
Absolutely. A house fire, a natural disaster. Those are devastating events that can have a huge financial impact. Home insurance is there to help you rebuild and recover.
It's interesting. This Insurance Made Simple episode highlighted something I hadn't thought much about before. Liability protection. It's like if someone gets hurt on your property, you could be held responsible.
Right, and the financial implications of that can be significant. Liability coverage as part of your home insurance or even renter's insurance can protect you in those situations. It's about having that safety net in case the unexpected happens.
Okay, so we've covered some big ones. Disability, life, home. But this episode also got into some key insurance terms that, honestly, always kind of made my head spin. Premiums, deductibles, coverage limits.
Think of these as the nuts and bolts of any insurance policy. Let's start with premiums. They're the regular payments you make to keep your insurance active, kind of like a subscription for peace of mind.
And deductibles. Those always trip me up.
A deductible is the amount you pay out of pocket before your insurance kicks in. Imagine this. You have a $1,000 deductible on your car insurance, and you get into a fender bender that causes $3,000 in damage. You'd pay the first $1,000, and the insurance company covers the remaining $2,000.
So it's like sharing the cost, but with you taking the first hit.
Precisely. And here's where it gets interesting. Generally, a higher deductible means a lower premium and vice versa. It's about finding that sweet spot based on your budget and your comfort level with risk.
That makes sense. So how do you know what coverage limit you need? I mean, how much is enough?
That's the million-dollar question, or perhaps a several $100,000 question when it comes to insurance. It really depends on your individual circumstances and the type of coverage you're looking at. For example, with liability coverage, higher limits provide more protection in case of a major lawsuit.
It's kind of like choosing the right size life jacket. You need one that fits your needs and the potential risks you're facing. So we've talked about the types of coverage and those key terms. But with all the different insurance providers and policies out there, how do you actually choose? It's like trying to pick the perfect avocado at the grocery store, overwhelming.
You're not wrong. Insurance Made Simple had some great advice on this. It all boils down to understanding your own needs. What are you trying to protect? What are your financial priorities? Once you have a clear picture of that, you can start researching different insurance providers and comparing quotes.
That makes sense. But then there's the fine print, the legal jargon, the endless pages. It's enough to make anyone want to give up and just hope for the best.
I hear you. It can feel daunting. But remember, knowledge is power. The episode we listened to stressed the importance of reading the fine print carefully. It's where the details live.
So what should we be paying attention to in those lengthy policy documents? Any red flags to watch out for?
Definitely. Look closely at the coverage limits for each aspect of the policy. Are there any exclusions or specific circumstances where the coverage doesn't apply? Don't hesitate to grab a highlighter, make notes, and if there's anything you're unsure about, reach out to the insurance provider.
It's like having a financial decoder ring. Sometimes just talking it through can make a world of difference.
Absolutely. And don't forget, insurance agents and brokers can be invaluable resources too. They can help you navigate the complexities of policies and find the coverage that best suits your needs.
So after this deep dive into the world of insurance, what's the main takeaway for our listener?
Think of insurance as an investment in your peace of mind. It's about taking control of your financial well-being and protecting yourself and your loved ones from life's unexpected events. By understanding the basics, asking the right questions, and doing your research, you can make informed decisions about your financial future.
Beautifully said. It's like we always say, knowledge is power. And with the insights you've gained today, you're well on your way to becoming a more informed and empowered insurance consumer. Now, what area of your financial life will you choose to explore next? Remember, every deep dive is a step towards a more secure and confident you.